And I'm distracted once again, and I pour half of it on myself again. And then I drink it.
Right as you spill half of it down your front, the door does.
Who wants a white t-shirt challenge?
You're slightly soaked.
Hey.
I kind of like step forward as I spill more of it down my shirt. I'm just like...
Spilling forward. It's Jacob. He just kind of opens the door, and steps aside and swings it open for you.
I don't panically walk into the room, but I kind of like creep past him. And I'm like looking for Tal'el. I'm just like trying to look over Jacob's tall ass shoulders. Get down.
No, he steps to the side and opens up the door all the way so you don't have to see around him.
Is he inviting me into the room, or is he just opening the door?
He's inviting you into the room.
Okay, and I walk in.
Tal'el is there on the desk.
Does he look injured in any way?
No, not that you can tell.
Okay. I resist reaching my hand out. I'm just gonna kind of like walk into the room, but I don't walk towards the like...
Perception check.
18. Sorry, I can't add.
Tal'el doesn't seem to be any worse for wear. He's currently sitting, but you notice that there were carvings on the desk that weren't there before. There are carvings. There's a smattering of different herbs. And you notice like there are a couple of lines of what look like some kind of powdered substance kind of nearby.
Do I recognize any of this?
I mean, you can go over and investigate.
No. I'm gonna say so. I walked in. I didn't like walk into the room. Like I just kind of like stepped through the door to see if Tal'el was okay, and then I kind of slowly paused, trying to get a feel of the room. Are we leaving? Are we staying? Probably leaving. What's kind of going on? Trying not to be panicked, but I'm completely covered in water and sweat.
You can insight check on one of them, trying to...
Jacob. I want to insight check Jacob.
Okay.
And that is a 10.
You're paying attention.
Apparently not.
Jacob, in this moment, is a little bit hard to read.
I'm just going to kind of like... I'm a little bit more relaxed now. Now that I see that they're both alive and not dead.
Tal'el kind of gives you a smile whenever he sees you. Kind of looks to Jacob. He's like, "Yeah." Jacob kind of gives a nod. Tal'el stands up, kind of brushes off what looks like some of the powder was actually on him. Just kind of dusts himself off and gives a nod.
Okay, started. We're good.
So is he saying that I can go to Tal'el?
No, Tal'el was essentially asking permission from Jacob to stand. And he does. He kind of gives that nod, and Tal'el stands and he's kind of dusting himself off. And shakes. There's like powder. So some of the lines of powder from the desk look like what he kind of brushes off of his clothing onto his pants. And kind of in his hair, he kind of takes out the small, kind of what usually is slightly braided or kind of pulled back, kind of tosses out some of the powder. Again, it's kind of redoing it real quick. I'd say that was a relative success. He's still, Jacob's still a little bit hard to read for you.
I'm just gonna kind of like glance to Jacob. I don't want to ask permission, but I'm going to ask permission. I'm just gonna kind of give him a look, asking permission.
Dexterity throw.
Oh, what?
Dexterity saving throw.
I heard insecurity saving throw.
Yeah, that's exactly what I heard. I was like, I'm insecure as hell. What are you talking about? Oh, he's about to hit me. That is a 22.
You manage to duck out of the way as Jacob takes a handful of powder and kind of slams it where your head would be.
Okay, actually,
Falls over top of you.
I'm gonna say I don't move. I feel like I deserve a hit. I don't move. So me thinking, I thought he was gonna hit me.
You see what's coming for you, and you go to dodge, but you take it.
Yeah.
Okay. He has a handful of powder, which he was kind of holding, kind of behind his back on his sides, and in that moment, he kind of barely clips you on the ear. It's not to hurt you, but all of a sudden there's this just
You're wet, so it sticks.
burst of powder that is just, it fills your nostrils. You cough instinctually, try and push some of it away. There's a bit of spice. There's some salt. You feel it in your ear. It's kind of gritty in your ear, and you're just like,
I'm like, you couldn't just hit me? What the hell is this?
I had to be sure.
I'm gonna look a little
At which
hurt.
point, Tal'el kind of steps forward and he's like, there are some various lore saying that certain spices will relinquish the hold any fae has on another. Kind of gives a shrug. I had to sort of play into it a little bit. As you can see, I myself know where.
I'm gonna say that Talavin looks mildly injured with a bit of tears in her eyes. Because she trusted Jacob with a lot. And she feels hurt right now. But she's going to kind of just like stiffen a little bit. And then she's going to go over to Tal'el.
Jacob, at that point, he does kind of reach over and kind of touches your arm slightly. He's like, I believe you.
Oh, it worked.
And I kind of like, because I was facing towards Tal'el, I'm going to kind of like turn back. I'm glad you do now. Almost like he didn't believe me before, so now he only does now. And I'm going to like kind of sadly walk over to Tal'el and reach my hand out.
He hops on and kind of has a little bit in his eye. It kind of looks like he did like one of those crazy runs where they throw all of the powder. He's kind of covered in this like light dust of different stuff. And
I'm gonna link with him as I'm walking towards him, and I'm just gonna be like, "Are you okay?"
he feels that shudder in the back of his head. Jacob notices. Tal'el shudder. And his eyes kind of focus quickly, trying to figure out what's going on.
And then I just kind of like reach my hand out, and I'm gonna press the digitation him so that he's clean again.
Another kind of quick dust cloud forms, but instead of resting on him, it kind of falls around him. Could have warned me. And he's like, there's no need. I'm fine. Really, I'm fine.
And I just kind of nod, and I kind of like put him up towards my shoulder.
He walks on carefully and turns back to Jacob and says, I hope this helped dispel any potential myths you might have heard about us.
Dispel.
So is like the room a mess? Like is like this mess, whatever he made, is it kind of everywhere?
It's not everywhere. It's isolated to the desk.
I'm gonna lay my hand on the desk and press the digitation.
You manage to disperse the powder and it arcanely.
I do not press the digitation myself, though. Very injured. I'm very injured. And I'm just gonna kind of turn back around. And I'm just gonna be like, I'm glad you could work out or agree upon at least trusting me.
Like, at least I know. At least I know now. For sure.
Sorry, cat scared me a little bit.
It's like, it takes that second. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't trust you.
Oh.
And I'm gonna just kind of like nod.
I'm sorry, I thought your mind wasn't your own. It would not be the first time something like that has happened. I had to be sure.
I'm gonna say that I was sort of walking towards the door, and as he says this, I'm gonna like pause. And I'm gonna...
It's Emma. I think she's stuck.
And I'm just gonna like slowly reach out my hand. If he flinches away, I'm not gonna touch him. But just like gently touch his arm. And, God, what did he just say?
Sorry I didn't trust you. It's not the first time it has happened.
And I'm sorry that I lied. I won't do it again.
He kind of nods, and Tal'el actually, in a quick and very surprisingly dexterous moment, kind of runs halfway down your arm, kind of catches onto your sleeve as he's kind of sliding. It's like, it was wonderful to actually meet you, Jacob. And he actually extends his hand.
Oh.
He very, not reluctantly, but he's getting over whatever it was that he was feeling. Kind of takes that second, kind of shakes his hand, not shudders, but kind of takes that second, processing all that just happened. He pulls his hand away, and Tal'el kind of nods and is like, oh, great. Now climb back up.
And I'm just gonna reach my arm back up so that he can get back on my shoulder.
Like, just keep it level, just keep it level.
Okay.
And runs back around. Kind of grabs onto your collar again. Wyatt, at this point, is like, terribly sorry, but I've got an escort to settle. And he kind of nudges you guys out of the room. Jacob, the colors are pouring from his face, and you see this shut behind him.
Oh, no.
What are you doing?
Yes! Get his ass!
I'm not there. Well,
You just hear
did I
a
say
series of,
Oh yeah, you did.
like, you were gonna let us try it anyway, and you're, you just hear the sound of clattering from behind. It's like, don't hit me! As they are now in a full-on wrestling match behind the door, just fighting for rights to this. And it's like, do you realize what's going on? They're in danger. All of them are in danger. And you think it's appropriate to drink wine.
I'm staying to listen to this because I want to. I don't feel bad snooping.
He shut the door all the way. He kind of like pushed it behind him, but it didn't quite latch.
I'm not peeking in, but I'm snooping. I'm just listening.
You can hear the pillows being ripped from the bed, and all you hear is, and then you hear a, and suddenly a, as kind of like Wyatt just smacked him against the ground, or as Wyatt is smacked against the ground, Jacob is kind of tackling him on top. He's like, you know as well as I do you were going to try. You're just being a sissy. It's like, you just need to get, like, you know your stuff is good. You know it's good. And yet you consistently doubt yourself. And there's another clattering sound.
Fight!
This goes on for a good 10 minutes of them just kind of going back and forth.
Can I hear
I'm just sitting here just enjoying the shit out of it.
You
in the lobby?
You listen to several of his stories, and then he's like, I need to start preparing for dinner.
Because I don't think Nora would have stayed for.
And you're heading up the stairs right as Wyatt shut the door, and you just see Talavin like right by, and both of you are just listening to this horrendous ruckus. Tal'el, kind of a little bit alarmed at the sounds, he just kind of looks. Is he going to be alright?
Shh, he's gonna be fine. This is hilarious. I gotta get in on this. Oh, I mean, I'm just gonna listen in.
Right. And he kind of, he looks at both of you, like he wants to say something, but he doesn't say something. But he looks a little bit worried, a little bit nervous. 5
more minutes and then we'll go upstairs, I promise.
He looks
She's gonna kill me too, so we can die together at least. But I'm gonna die happy watching Wyatt beat him up.
You hear what sounds like the bags now being used, and you just see this puff of feathers. And then
I'm just waiting for Wyatt or fucking Jacob to spill the beans.
And then you hear, you didn't even close the door. Jacob comes over and throws the door open. You can see he's got a shiner. Feathers are just tangled.
The second he said that, I make a sprint for it.
No, it's too late.
Make a dexterity check, both of you, to see if you can get away.
I was still on the stairs. I didn't
No,
approach.
I don't get away. I trip on my face.
I didn't approach. I didn't say that I approached. I was, like, going up the stairs and just paused to see Talavin.
Yeah.
I don't even budge.
Up to the room.
I, like, straighten up as he walked over, but, like, I'm too frozen to move. I'm like...
And he looks, yeah, you can see it, like, he's got a little bit of blood, like, kind of coming out of his lip. He's got a shiner on one side, feathers just in his hair. And you hear, no, you don't. You see Wyatt's arms wrap around him and throw him backwards. And he's like, that's what he gets. Did you need something?
Beat him up.
No, obviously no. Goodbye. Sneak.
Wyatt didn't see me, did he? Because I was still on the stairs. Still walking up.
He did. He locked eyes with both of you as he looks.
I was going up the stairs. Okay, fine.
He sees you going up the stairs, but like his eyes kind of lock onto both of you. So
Okay.
great.
It's fine.
I'm gonna go upstairs now, I guess.
Tal'el is very grateful, and the moment you all pass through into your all's room, there's just this immediate flutter of, and you worry for a second that he's actually going to be thrown off from the force, and you just collide with him, just, and he's, both of them start falling as she kind of latches onto him and just keeps them covered there. It's just like, you are such an idiot! Just her clutching onto him as tight as she can. He's like, I'm going to need to go over to some place where we're not so high off the ground. He's grabbing onto her now. She flies him over, and they just stand there as she just hugs him as tight as she possibly can.
I'm gonna give him a moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Talavin pressed the digitations herself and then gets her other sword, and I'm gonna go to the barn. I'm gonna grab my armor.
I remembered I didn't pay for the forge today. I hadn't paid, so I'm gonna go pay because I forgot.
Okay. You go and you get the same sense from Willow that he's not gonna say. He kind of reassures you in that moment. He kind of apologizes that he overheard. He says honestly he was working and he got distracted. He was in the moment, and then as he was just taking a moment, happened to overhear, realized it was a private conversation, and just felt bad about it.
Okay.
And moved over to the other side.
Nora's gonna
He just kind of reaffirms that, and he apologizes, understands. He says you don't actually have to pay for anything from the forge, because he kind of feels bad about what happened.
Give him the 10 gold for the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
give him the
didn't
tip.
really
Well,
use, you didn't really use a whole lot of my supplies anyway. It's
well, she's gonna kind of give him a small smile because Nora doesn't smile as much. I don't know. She's gonna give him a small smile and be like, well, I'll give you the 10 gold for the day because that's what I owe you and that's what we agreed upon. And I appreciate what you said.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't mean to overhear anything. That's why I moved, which obviously makes me look more suspicious. But
She's gonna just smile like, I believe you. Because she does believe him, right? I did an insight check earlier, so.
I did. ahead.
I did 2 insight checks on him earlier. Shoot.
Yeah.
10. Oh wait, sorry, insight. 9.
Seems honest enough.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, I got a 9.
He seems genuine about his thing. And actually, he's like, if it's not too bold, you mentioned the part of the conversation I overheard was you were trying to find some people, and that there's something to do with sprites. I didn't hear a whole lot, like I said, but those people that I think I know who they were talking about.
Nora kind of like,
They stopped by here as well as the forge down the road. Asked if I was interested in magic items, if I was interested in doing enchanting my things, how to make them more powerful. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. I've got one job, good at my job, love this. So I told them no, I wasn't interested, and they went on their way. But I know that they did stop at another forge down that way, points down the road.
Nora nods like, oh, that is.
I don't know
Very
if that helps. I don't know if that puts me in danger. I don't want to be in danger. I don't want to be in danger. I just, whatever it is that you're getting yourself into, trying to help.
Nora looks very, very kind in this moment. She's like, that's very helpful, thank you. I appreciate
I hope it helps, and really, I'm not trying to cause more trouble for myself. I already got to ship out all of these things. Need to find people to ship these things out.
Where do you need them shipped?
North.
I might be able to help you there, but we can talk about it tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, if you're still okay with me using your forge.
Again, I apologize. Didn't realize what was going on until it was already too late, and then wasn't trying to cover it up, just it's bad. It was just bad all over. Sorry.
Like, I'm sorry too. I think you'll be okay.
Have a good night.
You too.
You give him the 10 gold.
Yeah.
Thanks you for it.
I'll see you tomorrow if you're still okay with me coming.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It gives you a little smile.
Aww.
It's nice knowing not the only one with the skill in the town.
See you tomorrow. Willow.
But I didn't actually catch your name.
Did I see what name that one dude put in the book for me that kind of looked like Nora?
You didn't.
I didn't see it. Nora? No, that makes sense. Sorry, I was caught off guard. My name is... Hang on. Sorry. What's a cool name that is cool? Eve. My name is Eve.
Eve. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Can we do it without spit this time?
He wipes off his hand. He actually makes an effort.
Aww.
It just smudges it around mostly, but the effort was there.
I understand.
He takes your hand and he shakes it. And then he kind of lingers there for a second and then...
What was that roll for?
I don't know.
Okay.
He's gonna kiss you. What?
Okay, then I'm going to go to the other forge.
Alright.
Well, no, I should bring you with me.
Please,
Okay,
thank you.
I'm gonna go back and get Talavin and then we can go to the other forge.
I went to the barn, so technically you might not be getting me.
You go to the barn.
Yep.
Make a perception check.
Oh, fuck. Who is here? 19.
19. You see a very familiar half-orcish figure sitting outside of the stall. Outside of his horse's stall, which is in between yours and Warrior's.
Oh my god.
He's sitting and it looks like he's playing with something.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm going to hell. My brother is gonna kill me and I'm gonna let him. I kind of like, because I was like kind of walking hurriedly, and once I turn into the barn and I see Zoom, I kind of like slow down and I take a breath and I'm gonna walk over.
And he sees you and he immediately kind of stands up, and you can see he's not wearing his traditional armor. He actually has on kind of what, they're not his muddy brown pants. He's actually wearing kind of a tidied up white shirt. That's a little bit too big for him.
Oh my god, no! I'm gonna die! What is this?
You're just gonna have to
Black
marry him.
baggy pants. He actually is wearing he's wearing like the same boots that kind of went along with the armor, but it looks like he tried to like shine them a little bit. They're a little bit glossy on the top.
Oh my god, what the fuck do I do? What the fuck?
His hair is actually kind of pulled back.
What is this day? What is this day? What is this day? I want to disappear into oblivion.
He looks a little bit nervous.
Oh my god, I want to literally disappear into oblivion. I just want to disappear. Do I have a spell that will literally just destroy me in an instant?
Eldritch Blade.
Eldritch Blast myself. Oh fuck. Sacred Flame. And I'm gonna kind of walk up and I'm gonna link with him. And I'm gonna be like, would you like to go for a ride with me?
I'd like that.
Okay.
I've done a lot.
I'm just gonna pull Warrior out of his stall.
Pocket.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. No. Oh fuck. Blanking.
He looks and he kind of points. Do I need to saddle up Firefoot?
Should I ride double? Would that something that I would do? I don't know.
Say it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I was gonna go flying.
Eyes kind of light up in that moment, but he looks nervous.
DM, can my horse carry 2 people? Flying.
Probably.
I feel like it can. I'm gonna do it. It's fun.
If you're gonna be there for, hours and hours, probably not, but
Yeah, just a little quick. I was gonna do a long one, but if there's gonna be 2 of us, it can be a short one. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of be like, if you want, you can join Warrior and I was gonna fly around for a bit.
Oh my.
Nods, since I've never been flying before.
I'm gonna be like, well, just hold on tight, I guess.
Scratches the back of his neck nervously.
Oh God.
Why did you say that?
I don't know, because I wanted to go flying. I didn't want to go galloping around. I wanted to fly. I can't just my wings.
He helps you quickly.
I'm not gonna saddle him. I'm just gonna put like it's just kind of almost like a halt, like it's like a bridle but without a bit, and it just has 2 like leather straps. It's like a hack. And I just kind of put that on and I lead him out, and I'm just kind of like scratching his neck.
He's a little bit nervous, but he's going with it.
Okay, I'm gonna get on first, and I'm gonna get like in front of his wings, and then I'm just gonna kind of point to the part behind his wings where he should sit.
Kind of looks.
This is
nervously.
It's supposed to be Adriel.
I know.
We're
What the fuck? Our matchmaking is garbage.
Man, we should have pushed him harder. We even put him in the same.
I know. Damn it. And then I'm just gonna be like, well, I guess technically I'm not looking at him now since he's behind me, but I'm just gonna say out loud. I'm just gonna be like, hold on.
forward a little bit and places his hands kind of around your waist.
And then I just kind of like,
You don't know.
I'm gonna like dig my hands into Warrior's mane and I'm just gonna be like, fly. Because he knows what to do after that.
Just straight up.
He immediately kind of rears back and we ran him around the corner. And then there's a straight shot right towards the gate, and you pull him, and it's a straight shot as he gallops faster and faster and faster. The wind's just blowing over your face. You're feeling this kind of warmth all over, but that cold wind just is setting into your skin. And then he takes off. The suns are setting in the sky.
Fuck! That's
Creating
romantic.
this entire prism of colors just cascading down across the sky. It's one of the first non-cloudy days that there's been in a long time.
Shiny, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, Prince Zoom.
You feel his grip slacken and he begins to slip off.
And I'm gonna kind of just like reach behind me. I'm gonna kind of just grab the front of his shirt.
Strength saving throw.
He is not falling off.
I'm not there to help. This is how you deal with your boyfriend.
12.
Let's go.
You manage to grab a hold of him, but he's slipping.
I'm gonna, shit, I have strong legs. I'm good on a horse. Not gonna let go. I'm gonna let go. I'm just gonna, oh God, I don't know. I'm gonna just.
You're climbing faster and faster and faster.
Tell him to not climb.
And I'm just gonna like,
Panic, like, oh shoot.
and I'm just gonna be like, hold on. And then with my knees, I'm gonna get Warrior to level out so he's not climbing anymore.
Yeah, he kind of levels out and Zoom is just on his back. Gets closer, he's like, front of the wings seem better. As he's like now pressed up against you, just kind of like,
Oh.
And I'm just gonna kind of like, as he leveled out, I just kind of like let the reins go and I have like my arms out.
he looks slightly,
My.
as he sees the majesty kind of perform, Warrior does slightly glide a little bit higher. He's no longer climbing. But you do see his arms also kind of go out a little bit.
Shoot. Is that where we're leaving it?
And I guess that's where we're leaving it. As me and Zoom ride off into the sunset. Cause I'm a dumb bitch.
You sure you want to leave it there?
If you want, that's where we're going for tonight.
We can't end it there. Are you sure? We should end it there.
What do you want? What do you want?
I know what I want.
What do you want?
I want to continue.
Totally.
You are flying along and you just take that moment and you just close your eyes and you spread your arms and you just feel this wind just rushing over you. And you are there being one with Warrior, one with the one who's been with you the longest, faithful and the true.
And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely came up here to cry in the wind. So a few tears are getting out my eyes, but it's fine. You can't tell. They look like wind tears.
Streaked off to the side.
They look like wind tears.
And you just take that moment and you hear very, very high up in the back of your mind.
And I'm just gonna kind of like chuckle.
I thought she had to see him. Oh, I guess she can see his legs or something.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can he like read my mind when I'm like this too?
It's not a mind reading. It's like you have to deliberately think. And you can get like residual emotions, but you have to.
So if I was
deliberately think.
just thinking about
Crying.
everything that just occurred today, is he listening? Oh my God.
He can't. It's not like a I hack into your brain.
Okay.
If you're thinking this deliberately to him, that's when the link happens. That's when.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know because like I was just thinking
It's
it.
not like you all are like, oh, our minds are one. It's not like the Vulcan mind meld where you are just this constant wave of communication, just going back and forth and just trying to discern information. It's I am thinking something directly to this individual. My thoughts are my own, but they can hear me through this particular thought.
So is he still holding on to me? Does he spread his arms out? Does he not spread his arms out?
At some point, he does get comfortable enough, and he kind of spreads his arms out. He kind of follows suit behind you. The wind is kind of blowing in his hair. If you glance back, there's a moment where he also has eyes closed. He's never been flying before.
And I'm just gonna, after he says this is really high up, I'm gonna be like, isn't it magnificent?
It's very high up.
And I kind of like duck my head a little bit and I just kind of chuckle a little bit.
He just looks up, and at that point you all kind of drift through some low-hanging clouds.
Wow, this is super romantic. Fucking shit. I'm assuming it's starting to get dark because we need to head on in.
You spend probably about 30 to 45 minutes just coasting and gliding before Warrior kind of acts a little bit, he's carrying 2 individuals and like he hasn't been flying in a while. He could keep going, but the suns are starting to set.
And I'm just gonna I'm still linked with Zoom. And I'm just gonna be like, okay, hold on tighter this time. We're gonna have to land.
He scoots up close and you just feel him kind of press against your form as his arms kind of go around your waist.
I'm gonna be like, now this time, don't let go.
You feel him shake his head, absolutely not.
And then I'm just gonna kind of like direction Warrior down towards the ground, slowing him, but like he knows.
He knows. And you all begin your descent. You begin gliding down further and further and further. You do see some of the guards like, there it is! And they're like, told ya! You kind of hear like these different shouts of people. And they're like, you owe me. Like, shut up! I didn't think that was what you were talking about. You said a horse flew into the sky and it said it had wings, moron.
Oh dear God. I feel like everybody's betting on us everywhere we go.
Probably.
There's people making money off us.
Think about the troop that you currently possess. Yeah. You all are naturally going to gain some attention.
Okay, true, fine.
And slowly, he glides. Feel his legs kind of beginning to kick in as he makes contact with the ground, flaring his wings, kind of rearing up in that moment, and tossing his head. It's been a while, and he's missed a simple glide.
I knew that's why I took him out, because I knew that we felt the same.
Oh.
And he instinctually walks back to the stables.
That's a good boy.
But he'll stop out before we get into the barn, and then I'll get off.
Yeah, Zoom immediately kind of gets off, and he actually offers his arm. See if you want to hop down.
Hard part.
I'll take his arm.
That's the hard part now.
Takes his arm, he kind of helps you down. There's something a little different vibe. Just slightly different.
And I'm still linked with him, so I'm like, I kind of turn back to Warrior a little bit, and I start.
The emotions you're getting are this bubbling nervousness.
Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. And I'm just gonna be like, so it was pretty great, right? Oh God. As I'm leading Warrior into the barn.
Yeah. Like that was absolutely amazing. I've met them. How did you get him to do that? You didn't even touch him. You didn't even tell him to do anything. You just did it.
We both have a knack for flying. We like to be in the air. It's freeing.
It was very, very high. But yeah, I've never seen the sky like that. I've only ever seen it through the trees.
It's a whole new world. Couldn't help it.
Talavin naturally goes to get some of the stuff to help rush him down.
Okay.
He gathers the stuff and he brings it to you.
I'm having a freaking attack. Talavin is cool and calm and collected.
Clueless.
Sophia is having a fucking panic attack. She cannot hurt Zoom in any way. Okay. We're just gonna brush him down. Nice and calm.
He helps
Calm, so calm. This is
brush him
nice.
down.
So
He takes extra special care of his sides and limbs.
And I'm gonna like hold out one of my very few sugar cubes, which I still have not replenished.
He lifts it and
I'm gonna give him a good scratch.
leans into it.
Good boy.
You're procrastinating.
Oh, I am. I'm about to give this horse a full body massage if I have to. I was ready to give somebody else a full body massage earlier, but it is what it is.
Zoom helps finish. Do you want me to put the stuff away?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna blanket him up real quick.
Eagerly just gathers up everything, tidies it the way you're supposed to, and puts away all of the tacky.
And I'm gonna put his blanket on and make sure it's like snug.
I mean, it's nice and snug, and he, after spending that time kind of sweating, he is definitely ready to take a nap.
Oh, little boy.
And then I'll make sure he has like fresh water and hay, and gonna give him a little bit of grain once he's cooled down. And I'll check on the other 2 horses as well. I'm gonna check on Zoom's horse. I'll make sure he has a blanket. And I'm gonna very slowly.
I was gonna say I took.
I know, but I'm just doing like a check.
No, but I took her out.
Oh.
While you were flying because I promised her that we would run. So I did that after the forge instead of going. So.
Okay, so she's not there.
That's what I was waiting for my turn, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You notice that Nora's horse is currently missing, which actually we can do that real quick. Just make a couple animal handling checks.
Okay. Come on, please.
How many's a couple?
Wait, can I cast guidance on myself?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna need it. Shoot. 10.
10?
Yeah.
She's acting a little bit unruly. She wanted that other piece of the apple. She's been waiting patiently all day.
The other piece of the apple?
You had a half of an apple, if I remember correctly.
She cut it up, but she gave it all to her.
You had a whole apple and you gave her that half. You still have half.
Oh, I thought she gave that to
I thought I gave Wyatt some of it. Okay, I can.
Yeah, she gave half of it to Wyatt.
I'm like, how about we have an apple after we run? As a refreshing snack after.
Make a persuasion roll.
Have I lied to you before?
She doesn't trust humans.
Wait, persuasion. Yeah, 15.
15?
Mm.
I like apples.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, she's literally a girl.
Okay.
Alright, you ready?
Let's Nora up.
We get to run.
I like running.
Yes.
I like running.
Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. No.
Immediately starts
I'm gonna
to
get kidnapped in the
a
woods.
frontal canter, and then full on goes for the gate.
Oh god. Are they gonna open the gate in time? You better stop her.
I'm like,
Not
wait.
slowing down.
I'm gonna
for the
say,
gate.
wait for the gate. And I'm gonna kind of pull. Well, I'm gonna say that first. If she doesn't let up, then I'm gonna pull back a little bit. I'm like, wait for the gate to open.
Persuasion roll.
She's gonna ram into it. I'm like, okay. Okay. Persuasion plus 16.
She slows to a canter and is like, hurry, I want
Okay.
to run.
All right. Wait, this has to be a short run, okay?
Short run.
Yes. We'll go very fast. I was like,
Slows down
okay.
to a walk, pawing at the ground.
I'm like, well, are they opening the gate?
They open the gates. And they're like, it's gonna get dark soon.
Yes, I'll be back before dark. I'm totally gonna get kidnapped.
You don't have time to even worry about that. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh my gosh, this is... Okay, so it's not dark yet, though. It's still...
It's not dark.
Okay. Okay, 17 plus 2 is 19. I'm strong.
She once again leans back and lunges forward. Faster. Sprinting.
Damn, by the time you didn't get to that bird by the time you stop.
Faster. You glance up for half a moment and see a soaring figure kind of going above.
Okay.
Faster. She just keeps a certain pace. Just that dead sprint. For maybe 5 minutes before you're like, we should probably turn back the other way.
Ready? Let's see how fast we can make it back.
1 more minute. 1 more minute. I miss running.
I mean, you get to race all the way back.
We can go running again tomorrow. But we have to turn around now.
Make another persuasion roll.
With guidance.
Guidance.
I mean, that's good. No, it's let's see. Persuasion. 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
That'll do.
Oh!
It kind of slows. Like, I can make it back fast.
Yes, but we can make it back faster.
I can make it back so fast. Bolts fast as she can. Faster, 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 faster. You see the gates approaching faster than you originally anticipated.
Whew.
As you're seeing blur after blur brush past you. You don't even have time to make out different shapes within the forest.
Bro, is she a real horse? Horses don't really run this fast. Good fucking lord.
Just a little intense.
I'm about to fucking detect magic on that bitch.
I'm like, wonderfully done. You run so beautifully and fast. We have to stop for the gate, though.
Slows down to a walk. I want to run to the stables. Let me run to the stables.
As soon as they open the gate, we can run to the stables. Just don't hit anyone.
Oh god.
They see you coming and they're like, just go ahead and open. Opens. The gate is open!
Let's go!
Oh my god, this horse is crazy. I thought they were gonna make her pay, that's why I was gonna fly.
Eventually make it back to the barn. Suns are beginning to set, but you take the moment, they close the gates. You take a moment, brush her down, make sure she's well taken care of.
Are me and Zoom still in the barn?
At this point, you all are still in the barn. As Nora kind of... Actually, you would arrive right as Nora is kind of brushing down Cessna.
Oh, so she is in the barn when we're there.
Yes, she...
Okay. Did I happen to see this horse sprinting down the way while we were flying?
Your eyes were closed and you were enjoying yourself.
Okay, that's fine. Touche, touche.
I give her the apple. Yeah, you can. Good job. Okay, good.
This horse is obscene.
I have to keep her happy. She's going to associate me with good things.
Good things.
Yikes.
I promise running tomorrow?
Yes, we can go running tomorrow. Oh, good, she made happy sounds! Okay, it's your
I
turn.
thought that was rain.
Oh, sorry.
Zoom, actually, Nora, at this point, this is the first time you kind of notice. Zoom's hair is kind of pulled back nice and tight. He's wearing a vest, he's wearing kind of a nicer shirt.
I probably know what's happening. Because I saw.
Marks on them. Mm-hmm. And he's helping Talavin with Warrior.
And I'm being aimless AF.
Does Talavin know?
No, you never told me!
She doesn't know now.
You see Zoom run over and he finishes cleaning up some of the tack things and he kind of looks at you and kind of gives a little bit of a nervous smile.
I smell like you look really nice. What's the occasion? Just because. Alright.
At that moment, you kind of see him glance a little bit at Talavin and kind of bash
I just
away.
pale, like, oh shoot. I sprint.
Out of there!
I get out of there.
No, don't you do that.
He looks a little bit confused as you say goodbye
mean?
Okay, I guess I can't take it back. No.
You are straight.
I mean,
You are the worst wingman of my life,
I'll
Mackenzie.
walk out. Warrior's your wingman.
Wingman? This fool is happy to get apples.
He's winged. You're like, I guess I'll see you guys up in the room.
He nods and gets a little wave.
Talavin, of course, is over there just not knowing what the fuck's going on.
It's not me. It's not mine to tell, really.
Make an intelligence check, Talavin.
Oh, okay. Okay.
13.
What's your intelligence?
Do you actually know what is going? Do you actually not know what's going on?
I mean, technically, Talavin only saw Zoom looking at both of them.
Yeah.
And she's already oblivious to shit. Like, well, not really, but kind of. She was sort of flirting with Jacob, and then it just, but like.
Sort of. Sorry.
My Sophia was coming out, okay? I can't help myself. And so, like, I don't want to say she, like, doesn't have feelings for, Zoom, but, like, she's definitely not, like...
Oh, he's been friend-zoned.
No, he's not friend-zoned. That's not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't... Talavin knows that she has a job to do, and that is what is going to come first. Not that she can't... I don't know. She doesn't really... She's just kind of like... She's oblivious, but she's not oblivious, I guess. Like, she kind of, like, notices stuff.
And chooses to ignore it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until then it erupts in her face, and she's like...
So particularly, based on this intelligence check, you know, like, he put in effort into his relative appearance. I mean, not that he's...
I mean,
not
I noticed
in the
that.
path, but he's it looks like he's actually kind of tried to look a little bit more dapper than just being in rags when you first met him.
I like his rags. He looks handsome in anything. God damn it, Sophia.
You can just...
The vest is a little bit too big. Again, the white shirt is kind of slightly tied at the top, but after that particular whirlwind, it kind of came loose. It's kind of hanging open a little bit, and it's a long sleeve, and he just seems like he seems really nervous, but it's a slight tumor, like a simmering bubble.
And I only have 8 minutes to figure it out.
You could just be like, maybe, but not now.
I guess so.
You finally finish with Warrior, and you're still technically linked with him. You didn't say you broke him.
I'm not. I am. I'm still linked with him because I didn't want to just like. And now I'm just gonna kind of like walk out of the stall, and I'm just gonna. I mean, like, what is he? He's just like standing outside the stall, I guess.
He was seeing if you needed anything else. He kind of after he finishes cleaning up, and Nora kind of leaves. He's and comes back. That was weird.
It's been a weird day.
Weird? Bad weird? Okay,
Just like
weird.
all the, I don't know, like all the weird cosmic energy just kind of like all at once and kind of exploded. Yeah. But it's all good now. It's all good now.
That's good. That's good to hear. I hate to hear if you had a bad day. He looks down kind of bashfully a little bit.
I'm going to, so you said his hair's like kind of scrunched up?
Yeah, it's pulled back so you can see the haircut that you gave him. The short kind of undercut underneath.
So doesn't he usually have like a couple, perchance, doesn't he have like a couple that are like shorter?
He does.
I'm gonna kind of,
I'm gonna try to slick those back.
just because, I'm just gonna reach up and I'm just gonna brush those like shorter ones kind of back into his face. And I'm gonna be like, you look very handsome tonight. I'm just gonna like link my arm with his and like start guiding us towards the tavern. Get in the tavern, get in the tavern, get in the tavern.
He kind of, it takes him by surprise, under his. He's like, actually, I wanted to, I guess, mention something.
I think I'm literally gonna throw up.
It's only been like 2 weeks.
Sophia's gonna literally
If
throw
it
up.
helps you, it's not real.
I know, it's not real, that's the issue, that's why I'm freaking out. I can't break this unreal NPC's heart. I can't break my character's heart with just all these emotions.
He kind of looks and kind of tugs kind of back and he's like, do you want to go on a walk?
This is Sophia freaking out. Talavin's just gonna be like, sure, I'd like that.
Like, it won't be long. It's just a random.
Okay. I'm going to basically throw up everywhere in like 30 seconds.
He begins kind of like leading you around. He's like, I just wanted to thank you. And like, take a while to actually show my appreciation because so much has happened all at once. And I never thought I'd go on any kind of adventure like this. It's been so short, but it's also been so crazy. And it's because of you, and that really makes me happy. I'd never thought anyone would ever take interest in helping me. And there's Adrielle, but she has an interesting way of teaching me lessons. I like your way a lot better.
Rats.
Fuck! Okay,
Oh, man.
I'm just gonna be like,
Totally shipped them.
yep, I know, I did too.
Oh.
You all are about halfway, or about, probably about a quarter of the way.
Perception check, is anyone around?
Sure, go ahead, perception check.
Uh-oh.
Oh god. Where's my perception? 19.
19. There's no one else around. Most people are inside having dinner at this point. You do hear, in the area that you were with Jacob earlier, that part of the town is definitely riling up.
I'm gonna quickly steer us away from that part of town. Immediately.
Yeah, you all had already passed that, but
Okay.
you hear it as you're walking around. But there's no one else on the streets.
Okay, I'm just gonna say,
And it's
yes.
still resting on
Oh,
on the
God.
place where you placed it. Where you placed it.
I'm nervously sweating. And I'm just like, yes, I know what it's like to be on the receiving end of a harsh lesson. And I'm,
You kind of see him smile and he kind of nods.
and I'm glad that you could join in on our adventure as well.
He kind of nods. It's like the crocodile was not how I wanted our first adventure to go.
Well, the second one made up for it.
It did. It did. That was how I thought the first one was going to go. And
Well,
it
you did
got-
sort
it
of
got-
tell us it was a... And I literally like pull my arms out and I'm like, it was this, but it was actually this.
They only come in two sizes. It was the small or the big. I thought you might know the difference, but I guess I should have specified. At that point, he does remove his hand a lot bigger than I thought. And kind of clasps back over yours.
Well, I can't wait to see what other big adventures we have. And I'm just kind of like joking with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying to lighten the
He's
mood.
taking it in stride. You're not boxing his ears or anything, so
No, not yet.
warming it. You can get that additional swell of emotions as you can sense now he's a little bit nervous. He's like, I'm not really great at talking about different stuff. It wasn't until recently that I was actually able to talk, and that's because of you. You're the only one who actually can hear me.
Crazy gifts come in all sorts of packages, I guess. That made no sense.
Not again. The pieces of hair that you had pulled free from his tight scruff kind of flopping just over his eyebrow. working through different things, and I mean, when I take watch from time to time, you kind of look worried when you're asleep, and that worries me.
This motherfucker was making perception checks on me while I was sleeping.
Why did you not sleep?
He's watching. He's watching out. He's watching out for people. And he's like, I don't want you to be worried. I mean, you wake up okay, and you seem to be in pretty good spirits. So I assume everything is okay, and I hope that if something were wrong, you tell someone or your cousin, or you could tell me. I mean, I'm not gonna tell anyone.
And I kind of chuckle, and I'm just kind of like, well, if something does happen, I'll make sure I let you all know.
No, it's like the thing you were working on. That was really lovely. Is that the right word? Lovely.
What was I working on? What was I working on?
Your sigil.
You're a holy symbol.
Okay, yeah, that.
We have to finish this conversation at least.
And I'm just gonna kind of nod, and I'm gonna be like, it's another new thing that I'm working on.
And like
I never said it.
I know you're busy and you're so awesome and wonderful and kind and sweet.
Oh God.
And like he chokes on the words mentally. I think you're beautiful. And I know I'm not much. I know I'm not.
It's okay.
I mean,
Oh my God, what am I about to do?
like my own herd kind of cast me out. So it can't really be worth all that much.
It's okay.
But I mean, I still hope that I can mean something to someone else. And he takes that moment. He actually relinquishes his hand and he reaches into his little side pocket.
Oh God.
And he pulls out. It's actually essentially it's a cloak holder.
What?
It's a ring.
A cloak holder. It's a silver ring with a sword in it. It's like you can, like I've had Adriel. She helped me with it. I wanted to give you something special. And he kind of says like the sword comes out and takes it in and out, and he's like, there's a thicker one. He takes a second. He reaches in, pulls out another one. It's bigger and thicker. He's like, there's one for Warrior too. I know you don't want him to be left out of anything. I don't know if this is the right thing. I don't know if this is weird. I don't want this to be weird for you, but
I'm gonna okay, so Talavin, she's had an emotional day, and now he's like pouring his heart out. She is on the verge of crying.
He looks so worried. He's like, I did it wrong. Oh no, I did it
And
wrong.
I'm just gonna like reach forward, and I'm just gonna like hug him. And I'm just gonna be like,
This is the first real hug that he's really received. And you feel his hands one kind of wraps around your side, one kind of presses into your back. His head kind of falls on your shoulder.
and I'm just gonna say,
And it smelled like fresh pine.
oh, I love pine.
It smelled like fresh cut pine wood.
No, she knows I love pine because it smells like tech rooms. Medicine.
And he takes that moment and he's trying to comfort you, but he's also not sure if he's doing it right.
And I'm just gonna.
As he holds you, he waits for you to kind of pull away.
And just like as I'm hugging him, I'm just gonna be like, you're doing everything right. And we'll never cast you out. You'll always have a home with us.
kind of switches his hand, switches the rings kind of in his other hand, and he kind of presses his now free hand kind of against the back of your head. Kind of presses his cheek against yours. You kind of hear him say, "It's okay. Don't cry."
They're happy tears. Not really, but they're a little happy. Okay, I'm gonna compose myself. And I'm just gonna kind of like step back a little bit, and I'm just gonna like do a quick little, okay.
In his other, this thing has just the 2 pockets, but he actually reaches in, and he said, Sophie said that this would help, and he pulls out a handkerchief.
Oh,
And then hands it out.
And I'm gonna like go to return. I'm gonna return it to him.
He shakes his head, and he kind of points. It has like a little star on it.
Oh my God! Jacob is meaningless. He just wanted to have sex.
He still looks nervous. Like, it's like, I don't want it to be weird. But, you know, I really care for you. I care for everybody, but I really care for you.
Oh, I'm about to
And I hope that you let me prove it for as long as you can.
And I'm gonna reach out, I guess, for, well, how am I gonna do this smoothly without making it? I'm just gonna kind of put my arm like on his right here a little bit, just like, and I'm just gonna kind of how tall is he?
Taller?
He's
Like significantly taller than I am. Am I gonna be able to reach his cheek? I want to give him a kiss on the cheek.
You can do that if you go on tippy toe, and he's looking kind of a little bit bashful. He's not sure. He's trying to pick up as fast as he can on different things, but
He's such a, I can't. Jacob's in the wind. Jacob is now behind me. And I'm just gonna reach up, and I'm just gonna give him a kiss on the cheek.
Instant blush.
And I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna be I'm gonna just link my arm back with his, and we're gonna head back to the tavern. It is time to sleep this off. Had a bad day and then a good day.
You look at spring in his step, and you get the feeling that in that moment, what he was trying to say was something more than just I care for you and I care for the others.
And I'm gonna just I'm gonna get that, but I'm just gonna
Time to take a nap.
He doesn't say those things, but the sense that you got, those emotions that he was trying to convey in those moments was something more than just caring, something more than just wanting to protect, to help. It was a little something more, and he was trying to find the right way to convey it. He feels like he might have reached it.
You were digging me a hole I can't get out of. What are you doing? I'm gonna just let it be. Talavin is not digging any deeper of a hole.
He has a little bit of spring in his step.
I mean, you did kiss him.
Yeah, that was good enough. I can't give any more of myself out today, okay? People are gonna call me a hooker.
He's back inside. He actually does kind of try and reach forward. He accidentally kind of tugs you with him, but he tries to open the door for you.
I'm just gonna kind of chuckle a little bit. I'm just gonna be absolutely precious. Oh God, okay. Is there anybody in the tavern?
There are a lot of different people in the tavern.
Do I know anybody in the tavern?
Glancing about, you don't notice anybody. Go ahead.
Perception check.
Go ahead.
Ooh, that's good. 21.
21. You do see a slightly moonshined Wyatt who has a piece of what looks like meat kind of pressed against one of his eyes.
It's just Wyatt?
It's just Wyatt.
I'm gonna link with Zero and be just one second. And I'm gonna walk over to Wyatt.
You can see he's
walk over to Wyatt. I'm just gonna kind of like, does he see me walk up? Like, I don't want to spook the fuck out of him.
Yeah, he sees you.
And I'm just gonna kind of like lean down towards him and I'm like, did you kick his ass?
He'll kick a lot more than that. We'll see what he thinks when he wakes up. He's unconscious.
I'm gonna kind of like duck my head and be like, I was betting on you.
Kind of nods. I'm gonna look at the slab and he's like, I really hope they don't serve this later.
Does prestidigitation, like, can I cool things?
It doesn't cool?
Yeah, like, make that, if I, like, touched it, could I make it, like, colder?
I could see that. If you can heat something up, you could probably cool it. You probably couldn't freeze it, but
Yeah, but just, does it look kind of like he's had it for a little while?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just kind of, like, reach forward and touch it, and then it's gonna...
Watch it freeze. Oh, this is gonna feel so much better.
Oh.
And then I'm just gonna kind of give him, just not like a super, but just like a light, well, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna touch him. I don't want to freak him out. I'm just gonna kind of give him a nod and I'm gonna go back over.
You go to and he kind of looks, he isn't shining away from it.
Oh.
As you initially, you had that initial thought and your hand's kind of hovering there for a second, he's not shining away from it.
And I'm just gonna kind of like, just gently, just...
He can't help, but he doesn't shy away from it. You get the sense that he's kind of got a better sense of you guys. And he's still tense, but he's working on it.
And right before I turn away, I'm just gonna be like, if you need anything, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gonna make you cheap. No, actually, no, you won't need teeth. But I wish I kicked him that hard.
Oh dear. And I'm just gonna kind of chuckle as I'm walking away.
Yeah, zoom. You just see him, and he's just standing up a little bit straighter.
Oh dear God. What have I done? I know what to do. And I'd be like, all right, let's get out of here. It's time to go to sleep.
He does get silver rings, and he's like, was this a bad thing, or was this an okay thing?
And I'm gonna hold out my hands. I'm gonna be like, I would love them.
He places them in your palms and kind of clasps them around, kind of lets his hands linger over yours just for a minute, and lets go.
Okay.
It'll look really nice on you.
I'll be so darling. I can't stand it. Okay, we're gonna go up to the room now. It is time for Sophia Talavin, to sleep this off. I'm gonna knock on the door.
You hear Nora. You made it back up to your room, Nora. You open the door and see both of them kind of linked arm in arm.
Kind of glancing like.
I'm just gonna walk in. It do what it do.
You walk in. He kind of follows suit and shuts and locks the door kind of behind. He looks so happy in this moment. He's just kind of this beaming.
Oh dear God. Oh dear God.
Why are you freaking out?
Because I freaked out.
Just
I freaked
let it ride.
Okay, it's fine. And I'm gonna like kind of take my armor off, and I'm just kind of like getting ready for bed. I'm gonna like unbraid my hair and like rebraid it a little bit, and then just kind of like, I don't know.
I'm telling her about the other forge while that happens.
Okay, I'm gonna say that
We can talk about it. Just
I was gonna say,
out.
I guess I can break my link with Zoom now. I'm gonna kind of like look at him, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna talk to Nora for a little bit. Is that okay?
He nods, and he just kind of begins ripping his boots, and Nora, you see him kind of like takes off his vest, and he kind of has this like.
Did you tell me what happened?
And I break my link with him, and I get a link with Nora, and I tell her everything that happened that day, including what happened with Jacob. And she can tell that I am completely freaked. What? Yeah.
Oh.
Look, you're my cousin. Who the fuck else am I gonna tell?
Okay. We just have.
Malik? Am I supposed to tell Malik?
We have girl talk.
Girl talk. And she can tell I am like freaked out.
At some point, Adriel actually pokes her head in. She's like, "Hey, Sil, talk to me for a second." And he goes out, and so they actually are just outside of the room.
Oh God. Okay, that's fine.
I can't see it. We're having girl talk.
It's
It's fine.
I
It's
tell
fine.
her about the forge, and I tell her about Willow. Like how it's like, oh, well, accidentally, like he overheard a little bit, but I think he's okay.
And we're like, well, you know.
And then how we need to go to the other forge tomorrow. Yeah. I wrote down other forge. I'm gonna keep that so that way next week. Next week? We have to wait a whole week to play. I don't want to wait the whole week to play.
I'm gonna make Madison play with me by myself on Tuesday.
Aw.
Both of you gather all of the information from the other. Slightly shell-shocked, still intact, although maybe not emotionally. You can hear Tal'el's voice, talking with Jin. You can't quite make out what it is that they're saying, but it seems like they're having like a long discussion, long talk about stuff. His relative workspace has been extinguished. And as you all begin trying to process all of the events of the day, you all lay back. Eventually Zoom and Adriel both come back into the room. Everything's locked up. You cast alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a nightstand next to like where I'm laying?
Yes.
I'm gonna put the 2 little silver,
Cloak holders?
yeah, like on the bedside table, like right by my head. But I have my thing under my pillow, like, cause I kind of sleep with my hand under my pillow. So it's kind of like grasped in my hand. I don't really have anything else that I take off, really. My boots, I guess, but they don't really count. I'll just kind of like lay them on, yeah, because I don't take anything else off, because I keep my chain around my neck.
And slowly you all fade to unconsciousness. Emotionally tormented.
In complete disarray.
And you have some decisions to make.